start in the court, accept responsibility for your actions, be accountable for your results, and take ownership for your mistake. Once again, welcome to Sports Mandela. Good morning, Taddy. How are you doing today?
Hey, morning, man. I'm pretty okay today. Not the greatest, but hey, we're pretty good, man. But today, there's just no here's a win.
Yeah, right.
That's I'm going to say for cricket.
Right.
The ODI so well, the whole head so long to and in this cricket is win.
That's so true. I think they have right now a game going on right now between Jamaica and West Indies.
Well, we're in the same Johnson at this stage.
Yeah. Right now, up in that side up there, we now come from the palm corner, like.
Well, not like, let's say really, but I can tell you an experience I had many moons ago when I was playing. Now, over 40 years ago.
Right.
If we experience with the weird business. Everybody's out there, the match is on ground. And St. John's playing match at East Bus Station where the car park is now. And the rain came out of the sea.
Wow.
And you see the rain there all the way in St. John's. It didn't get to us for a long time. We played even another hour. Then the rain came by St. John's Young, didn't come on the field, steady for a good while. And then the rain came on St. John's field and watch out the game there. But no rain can rise on field.
Wow. That's amazing.
So I'm hoping that the rain is in St. John's.
Right.
And that the people. I can tell you an experience I had in St. Croix. It rained just over the cricket field alone. The stadium, BC Canada Park, around 1970 something. And guess what? The rain outside the stadium. I go down the side of that. I saw that. So we really got it really strange. That's all I said. But I'm hoping that the guys can get in the game today. The guys, well, especially at the stage of the tournament where you want to get in the game so you can have a chance to get in the playoffs. What happened with the World Cup? Eli and Duckworth, Lewis, and this playoff and that. Guys want to lose on the field, They don't want to lose.
And plus the guys need exposure to
definitely.
The batting and bowling and stuff like that.
It doesn't
in the crease and stuff like that. But I'm more into it. Remember time we play a game of factory, I forgot that. And all the game on the islands, we got same and stuff. And everybody came to the factory watch us playing. I don't know who we were playing it, but that factory was dry. So I know how that be rain.
Just before you came to the factory, I used to always say that at factory, never was at factory. I tell a man, the white sins. The white guys who were at factory pay for you, the white folks up there.
Right.
So I tell a guy, he never was at factory, never ain't come at factory. So that was part of the joke we used to have, But I remember one time there's rain in the farm, the rain in the factory.
Well, yeah.
So it happens, It's not just factory. The rain, rain strange. So but I'm hoping that the guys play today, So for the sake of cricket, but I don't know why they like to play cricket between August and November when hurricane season in Antigua.
I think what happened now because the schedule is so packed now with all these different franchises going around the world, international cricket, the calendar is so jammed now, so that's a big challenge.
I know what you mean,
I think that's the major challenge.
But see, I understand fully well, but West Indies board has to determine what's best for them.
Right.
If some of the guys are going to play the IPL, okay, so be it. Or the other guys get an opportunity to play. And the other guys get an opportunity to play and to perform well. You pick them. The IPL guys say the IPL will this franchise, this one.
Right.
You want to get a chance to play, in my opinion. Every young guy wants a chance to play. As a matter of fact, I was watching something there from the tournament, the one in Trinidad. And the two young guys from Dominica, I think they were Dominica. And Hajj. I think they scored second century.
Yes, I see so back-to-back century.
Yeah, and the Hajj guys scored century too.
Right.
So I'm saying, that's the idea. The young guys performing well, beat, which like 50 overs.
Right.
But century to century.
That's true.
It becomes habit.
Right.
It becomes habit.
Yeah, that's a good start for a youngster. When I heard about him, I say, well, that's a guy that we need to look at because, as I say, making hundreds is not easy.
No.
And you come back to back and make century. That speak volumes of the talent.
It becomes like habit now.
Yeah. So that's very good.
You look out for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I'm hoping, when the fourth starts, he continues in that vein. You know what I mean? Maybe score double century,
Right.
Another century. Hey, if I IPL man guy, pick this guy.
Right. But strange enough, your body there, Darren Bravo, I think he scored someone maybe 50 something, some kind of, someone's, I don't know what it is. But I see a guy watching that right there, say the old Bravo way back. So once someone has come and say, why talk about Bravo? Why not talk about Casey Carter and the guy Martinez? Why they call him Bravo now for?
Well, I guess you're just saying, somebody from Trinidad, he wrote the article.
Yeah.
So Trinidad guy love me for his Trinidad guy.
Right.
He never won West Indies cricket, he won Bravo.
Right, and I think that's the thing I play in West Indies cricket. Everybody looking out for their own, but instead of look at getting the best team on the ground.
But my take, Bravo was a China proven failure.
Right.
They were one waste of time for.
Exactly.
You know, just like sometimes the West Indies want to bring back the guy from Nevis and so.
Right,
Powell and so.
right.
Forget about the jokers.
Right.
In my opinion, they've been given the opportunity to do all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Hey, pick some of the young guys, get right. Young.
Well, it's nice to see that the guy Shannon Paul is going out to Australia.
I've been arguing for him before.
I know, guy. I've been talking about him all the time. Give him a chance. Can he be scoring runs?
How Japanese going out?
Pick him down like he's scoring all the runs. Pick him. He deserves to play.
Give the guy a chance.
He did what I asked him to do. He go there perform. So give him his reward.
Exactly.
You know, so happy to see that he get picked selected. I hope when you go to Australia, he make the adjustment to international cricket.
Well, I don't know the adjustment. No, it's called something called experience.
Right.
In that adjustment, no. In that only adjustment, see, I used to tell all the guys long time ago now. When they play school cricket, you need two bowlers, maybe one, two
right.
British bowlers from Parish League, maybe 2 or 3.
Right.
When you go first class, maybe 3 or 4.
Right.
When you go regular 20, maybe 4 or 5.
Right, that's correct.
When you get to test cricket, you're not seeing a bad ball.
Right.
And that is what will happen to him.
Right.
Australia is the toughest place to play now.
That's true.
Australia
that's his debut. That's already hard, you know.
Toughest place to play.
Right.
Then you see like the bouncers.
Yeah.
Not a shot, ball.
Yeah. And like also that's once it like when we play against Liberty, I told us if you score 50 against Liberty, you can say that 100 because the quality bowling.
Quality bowling that.
So in Australia, you can have bowlers coming to him all the time.
Not only that, he man intimidate you all the time.
Yeah. I'm sure that will be starving in the ears and stuff like that.
And that's Australia. I played match against Australian team here, and that happened to me. That was no big team. It was a club team called Cliffhangers.
Right.
And there was a guy who went down to play test with England and Australia in the team now. Not only play, he came chief selector one time. Something Hahn. I remember what he asked their first names. But he bowled left for Chinese man and googly. Turn the ball big in the water and stuff, man.
Right.
I played against him here. You know what I mean? And that was in the 70s. And he went and was the chief selector of Australia at one time. But it doesn't matter what kind of cricket you play in Australia. Those guys are competitive.
Right.
If you play in Australia, then guy can sledge you.
Yeah, that's true. And the Walker pitch is playing very fast right now. I'm watching a clip from Australia over there. A team, 2 teams playing, and the both sides were out in the same day. 20 teams went down.
Walker and West Indies in the test match is no accident.
Right.
It's something called purpose deliberate. When the West Indies had the fast was the top go put to play now.
Right.
That was to kill them.
Right.
But when West Indies down the fast was they got the put.
Right.
That's what it is. You know, but in Australia there are plenty more pitches that fast.
Right.
So I would not be surprised the next pitch goes pretty quickish too.
Right.
And Australia, but it doesn't matter if West Indies in Australia play on this pitch or that pitch. Right. Those guys will bounce you.
Right.
And West Indies guys in first shot ball. Almost all of them.
That's so true.
The first shot ball, when they see Pope and
yeah, and the guy chased the selector to go down there.
And the one the box and so
he clearly can't have a shot back. Every time I see him back, he's not going too sharp, but he starts fed off and stuff like that.
That is what amazed me.
You know, and I basically, I always when man boy shot, yeah, make sure you get in the line of ball.
Let me get to the part of the story. The part of the story is this. When somebody from Barbados played shot ball, something on West Indies cricket.
Right.
The Barbados said about fast bowlers one day. Them decided most of the fast bowlers.
And they would use a fast, okay.
Oh, yeah, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when the Barbados have guys can't play shot ball, it's telling you something about West Indies cricket.
Right.
Those are the guys who say, that one day, when you play spinners.
Right.
Because they might not go fast, but get nothing.
True.
And Barbados pitch quick.
Right.
And nice, I love it. And nowadays guys from Barbados are afraid of shot ball.
Right.
Can you imagine that game against us? That will tell you the problem of West Indies cricket.
Right.
Even even the Lions Antigues are plenty fast bowlers. Well, one or two may come from Munstrat, then Nevis a couple, hardly even sink it's really.
Right.
But you know, I mean, I'm going to find one or two someday. I'm going fast pitch down there too.
Right.
But I'm saying to you, nowadays, because they're not playing a 40 game,
Right.
and we only adapt all the foolish rules that ICC,
The shot ball.
for only one shot,
And then and then it's start wonder how the practice is set up. If you're allowed to bowl shot, when shot by allowed to bowl the batsman in the nets.
It'll punish you who say play ball and more shot, by the way. They play ball them.
Yeah.
The only time problem, it was above the man head, umpire got no ball.
Right.
Oh, wait. When the ball head and so he got over, it was a level ball.
Exactly. Well, Tanya, our guest finally made it. Mr. Robbie Joseph. Good morning, Robbie. How are you doing?
Good morning, gentlemen. My apologies for my tardiness. I did try my best to get here in time. Just a couple things came up that I couldn't avoid doing. So my apologies to you.
I want him to carry English time or something.
Earl. That's a big L. Even child carry English saying it, you don't even 5 hours ago. English there 5 hours ahead. So you couldn't have the cat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. English there way ahead. He'll be waiting for us when we get here.
Yeah.
So that's what about English time business.
So
Maybe Jamaica. English time.
what's up, sir? How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you, yourself.
So I'm good. So in terms of you return to Antigua, what brought you back to Antigua? I know you started something couple months back in New Intrips and stuff like that, helping with some kids.
The YTD project is one of the reasons I'm here. I got family here, obviously my mother, my aunt, sister, and get to catch up with them, get to see them. In the past, I haven't really had an opportunity working all over the globe and being busy on both sides of the seasons and in summer to summer. So using the opportunity to visit loved ones and friends and to keep on the development of YTD is some of the major reasons that I'm back here at home.
In terms of the season, was the season back home for your club?
The club did okay. The youngster Kitty and Henry came up and did pretty well again. 2 years running, leading one scorer, and got missed out by 1 wicket at the last wicket of the season for us to not win the bowling, as we call it in Australia, bowling flag as well. And he's matured quite nicely in my view and gone on from strength to strength. So I'm really happy for him that he's put in the hard work and that it's paid off for him in 2 seasons running in England.
Right. In terms of the quality though, compare the quality to here in Antigua back up there, what do you think? What do you say?
I haven't seen much of Antiguan cricket. When I was here, the 10-10 happened, and that's not really a good precursor for anything. I saw a couple of 50 over games that really didn't really go the distance. It was wet when I was here in 2000, so I really can't make a statement or judgment about that. The quality of cricket we play, we have a couple of guys who I've actually gone on to and helped at county levels and all the rest of that play, and guys who's played international levels in our league. So it is challenging enough. So one of the leading wicket takers now in the World Cup, Van Meekeren, is a guy that I've done some work with, and he plays in our league. Paul plays in our league, and so we attract a lot of different people. It's Prem 2. And we were 4th this year, looking to get promoted to the top division, but the top division has all the county cricketers from Gloucester playing the top division, or actually playing leagues. Some play in top division, some play in second division. So you come up against guys who are actually earning a living playing cricket.
So that the youngster you moved to earlier, and he played against those quality players. He got a chance to play those quality players.
He got a chance to play against the next New Zealand international. He came up against a Pakistani first-class bowler. He scored 100 in the last game in a team against him. They're guys who played county cricket, played what they call now the National League. Used to be minor counties cricket, and guys who play a lot of minor counties cricket, that's where they come from. They come from that league.
So in comparison to our Lycée cricket, is something similar to that to say? Is a catch back up?
It'd be somewhere. It's almost like it'd be somewhere between, not quite club cricket, but somewhere between club cricket and for Antigua. So it'd be a little level, and it varies with teams. People have different things according to the youth system, according to what they get, according to how close their ties are. So if you've got guys who play county cricket for them, guys might come back and play county cricket for a team that's in Prem 2 rather than the Prem 1 team, because they'll get a good enough practice or get a good enough game and have a contribution, and that's their home team. It's like if I came back and combined school would have been the team that they come out to in the first division, but I'm a combined school boy. I played combined school or played Pickets, and I played for any boys in Antigua. I go back to combined school. No, I'm not a schoolboy. But I might find the value of me being in my school team being far greater than to go somewhere like Alberta. That doesn't make sense to me. You'd invest back in something that makes sense to you, whether you can help it.
As a development player,
But my take, like I heard Ravi spoke glowingly of Kadim. Oh, where is it?
Time before we go on, I see Gail Mason say hello. I think that's a mom for the superstar athlete there.
Right.
So she say hello.
That's my buddy. So I'm saying to you, Ravi, I heard Ravi spoke glowingly of Kadim. But my take is, what does that do for him? Because, see, the thing is, how does he get an Antigua team set up to play League Liners tournament so he can move on and play the cricket? Is it a problem they have? So if you don't organize nothing around here properly, those young guys go to England wherever they do it, then they don't get nowhere in the cricket now. You have to have a tournament with them, make an Antigua team, move on to League Liners team, so you get the biggest stuff. But I can tell you now, I was telling him those years about it now, my good buddy Boster. I can remember when Yorkshire came here sometime, I think it was in the 80s and early 90s, I remember. Could have been in the 90s, I don't remember, but I got Boster. Boster was 17 years old to bowl to Yorkshire in the net. And Boster was much better than Yorkshire than Gough. Gough was a young guy, so was much better than Gough, but much faster. Yorkshire wanted to take Boster with him. And then Boster said, no way. You have to make Antigua team first, and then you realize him before you go to Yorkshire. If you go up there and guarantee nothing, you want to make sure you go up there, the C as a pro. Then they pay, then get a stipend. You understand the point? So that's my beef with it. We don't have enough tournaments only for the young guys to get the opportunity to play and develop and move on. Because you know Kadim came and factory me when the 15 stuff with the guys, Smith and so. When the guys came, I had them up there for a little bit. You know, so I know the guys are talent, but in Devil's Son and all the guys, you know what I mean? Like the fading away.
Well, I think the key is, like I was telling you the other day, is to have some kind of synergy with maybe Robbie and the association. You guys have to communicate with one another and see how best we can fit him in, do guys back into the national. No.
Even our tournament, they can't fit in now. Even our tournament for them to play. How you fit in? They can't say, well, say, so I got somebody, most of them, what kind of answer is that?
Well, then you have a want of discussion and try to organize tournaments so that the guys.
That's not Robbie job.
No, we're saying Robbie. I'm saying Robbie see something in this guy here. It's pretty. Capable to make the next level.
If the teams aren't here, can't even get in the squad. But then the picking the team they're going to win. That's the problem they got.
Okay, I see where they're coming from. National team to play in a tournament.
No.
Okay.
It can't even get a chance.
It's stagnant,
It's stagnant. It's a young Dublin, so they go place on this and place on that, and hey, look how the goal guy get in the United States. You play in the tournament of Antigua. They say, okay, he plays something, but okay, so 2020, and they pick him. That's nonsense. Now the guys who have the talent, they're pretty good now. But the development.
You said sometime about that. Suppose the next go from St. Kitts and Nevis that didn't get the opportunity to go and showcase his talent. He's now left out in the wilderness.
That is why
you have tournament now, everybody there can see how wide the pool to choose from.
Exactly. Play 3 or 4 matches, get by play 4 or 3 the games. See the better guys come through. But just call around and say, well, we have one, well, Antigua get 4 pick already. Let me get one, so I got a pick. When the guy can go perform in the tournament, make 21s, bowl pretty well, get his play. Dino's lobby for somebody because they come from Angola. That's nonsense. Play tournaments. Give guys the opportunity to perform and develop. If you don't play the 3 or 4 guys are going to learn the bat now. You're going to see them play this man, I listened again this morning, and old Stokes.
Right, that's Stokes. Right.
And they were 15 ones on 14 bars, something like that. And here this one came and said, well, Stokes is an old experienced guy. Stokes is so, all the bars you get it easy. Next thing score, Stokes play reverse sweep.
Right.
No, that's when it comes against you. Reverse sweep, reverse sweep for 14 ones for 15 bars and something like that. That's how my experience you.
Right.
Tapping you out.
Right.
Nonsense. They're so focused on this one, they did say reverse sweep. They forgot 14 bars, plenty bars. Yes, it just habit now. And you expect Stoke, a captain of England, so they know better.
Right.
Yes, I'm saying to you.
Right.
So the young guys get the chance, the opportunity to play the cricket, where they learn the bat long and in the habit of not getting out.
Right.
Because, like somebody said, they listen to them, they made the addition in IPL.
In terms of your team, the club team, where you have the 20 overs, you have the...
No, we play 50 over cricket. Play 18 50 over cricket, 50 over games. The season, play 18 games.
Okay.
Every team home and away.
Right.
Wait. It's a 50 overs, but the ball is limited. It's no more overs.
Yeah, so it's 10.
And there's some league they play one, they cricket.
Yeah, in some leagues you play 50 overs, but you can bowl. It's what bowler can bowl any amount they want. In some leagues, or some leagues play 65-45. So if you win the toss, you have the right to bat 65, and you can make as many runs as you can if you can get the bowling attack to ball teams out. If you think you provide enough good enough wicket. But different areas, different zones have different leagues. So we play in the Whirlpool Premier League, which is the West of England Premier League, which is Somerset, Gloucestershire, Wiltshire, and Devon and Cornwall. Okay. So that's sort of, western side of England. Okay. And it's a bigger pool. So your away game you can travel up to 2.5 hours for away game, according to which side. So there's two sides. So they have one side and a draw in the Prem 2. There's two. So it's a pyramid system. Right. The Prem is at the top. So if you're in a Prem, you're going to travel if the teams are in this in. Right. But then there is zonals, and then one from each group goes up, one go down, two goes down, and then you go again. Right. And then there's another league underneath that. Right.
But what I like about it, is that the team came back 65 overs if you don't want bat.
Right.
And in over the one they set up, you play 50, bowling maybe 25, but and like him, you might bowl 18, 20, instead there's 10.
Right.
Yeah, so the ball with a chance to really bowl.
Right.
Yeah. So some leagues have that. Yeah. So you get the Birmingham League and the Yorkshire Leagues, which are just completely different kettle of fish, who have that stuff. This league is more based on you get bowling points, you get batting points. So one batting points up to 5 to 225. And then you have your bowling points, you get all the wickets. If you get 2, I think it's 3, 5.
She has that.
Yeah. So you get that. But if you beat a team by a certain amount, so if you beat a team before a certain amount of overs, if you chase,
you get bonus points.
You get bonus points.
Okay.
You get one batting points.
I'm learning something. That's something I can tap to partially. If you get them over for it, you get some bonus points.
Yeah,
I love that.
If you bowl a team up for less than 120,
right.
You get extra points.
Okay.
I like that. There's something you can do.
Instead of just working the game, keep the intensity up.
Right.
And in the end of the season, then that adds up to the bonus points.
Right.
Adds up. If it's between you and somebody else, the bonus point in one game can get you over the top.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's a maximum. Everybody gets 20 points maximum normally. Right. If you fall within those categories, you extra 2 points. Right. So you get 22 points. So whereas everybody else win the game comprehensively, right. You do it in a certain time, you get an extra 2 points than everybody else get.
Well, what Prodigy does, we adapted something from first class many years ago. When we told it was a maximum bonus points, which was about 4. But every 25 ones after that, you get a point.
Yeah.
Every 25 ones you get a bonus point. Right. But if we don't have bonus points, we're bored. Right. But they like this. If we get about down a certain total,
some teams are going to lose, but instead of what they'll do is they'll now put clever. So like if we're top of the leagues, if we play one of the top of the league, I'm beating you. Okay, I scored 340 and you 5 down. It's not going to get there. Right. So tell the guys, isn't going back because the more wickets we get,
Yeah.
Yes, or in the time to get the wickets, the more points we get. So we don't get you out in the time, you keep 2 points. That's 2 more points you haven't got to chase from us.
Right.
And if you don't lose 7-9 wickets, then there's another 2 points. So I might beat you, but I'm going to get 18 points.
Yeah. And apparently, if you don't win, it's only win back, get 20 something points.
Right.
Bowling and batting. So that happens. I know about it. But we never had this incentive. You're bowling and the same as total. And I like this. So that incentive for bowlers and for the batsmen, let the bat stay right.
Does your team travel outside of England, like go to...
They used to go. No. They used to go just on little tours to the Netherlands or whatever, or Scotland or whatever. It's more like a team building thing.
Right.
And guys do stuff like that. The team has thought about, some of the guys have come here. So the last time Test series were here, the guys, was last year, already this year, when England were here, quite a few of the guys as a group travel to the Caribbean and do that.
Okay.
But most of these guys in the group that we play in grew up together and all young, and so they sort of holiday together, so they go skiing together.
Right.
It's a sort of the community thing. We're in a small village.
Right.
That's quite a difference away from everything else. So it's 8 miles to Chippenham and 10-15 miles to Bristol and 8 miles to Bath.
Right.
So these guys grew up together in the same place, play football together, play cricket together. So they got their own little thing that goes on. So now they're playing football league.
Right.
That goes on to the winter. Most of the guys playing football league, and they go to stuff like I saw a post just the other day. They're going to watch Bristol Rovers play football. So the guys stay together and socialise. Okay. I'm not sure how much innately socialising that we do here in that kind of sense, where the guys grew up together and all that. So I see that the guys I coach in YTD, most of them I see around play the same teams and do stuff together, and you sort of encourage that because that's part of their growth as people, really. Right. And when you ask about what did Kadeem gain from being in England, for me, Kadeem being in England wasn't all about cricket. It's about him learning to be in different environment, dealing with different people, learning about life, something outside of whatever, and hands down, literally. Guys are trying to get me to make sure that he's coming back next year, and I'm saying to them that if there's a tournament here for him to play, that would be what I would like for him to do. Ideally, he would probably like to do that, and I spoke to Benji, and that's would be Kadeem's focus. But I'm keeping a tab on it because I want the people to make a decision about who comes back and what they do. Right. He is my, and I'll say, I don't care who sees me say it. That he's the main choice. We can't replace 700 runs and 30 wickets like that. He's just not going to do that. Right. So as long as he needs to find out what's going on here in regards to Leo Lions cricket, and is it going to be a one-day competition? Does this qualify him from coming back as a amateur cricketer? That's what he is. And that's what the measurement is. Yeah, we're looking at other players, and I get stuff from agents saying, what do you think about this, what do you think about that? Right. But no one is an overseas player. Everybody else is English passport. And that's just my preference. But the conversation is every time. Everybody loves him. Everybody will do whatever they can for him. I can call someone and say, listen, could you please pick up Kadeem and take him because I'm not around. They'll take him. And he's one of the kids love him. I go to places and people say, oh, you Kadeem? I'm like, no, I'm not. Right. I'm not Kadeem. He's back there. And people come to my camps and say, oh, because they hear about this great Kadeem, this guy was so cool and chill, but everyone, the kids love him. It looks up as a role model, and that's one of the reasons when the opportunity to take someone, that he was, he wasn't doing anything, he was my pick. And when I first saw him when I came here, I said to him, after seeing him back, and said, have you played for Antigua? He said, he's not played much. I said, you need to leave here, go to something different, just have an experience. Right.
But how old is he right now?
Kadeem is what, 22?
22, not
July.
So
to get pushed and all the rest of it. It's time for him to see, if nothing else, what we'll get to know is where he actually is. Right. I've got an idea in my head. I've seen him play club cricket. Right. I seen him score 120 in the last game with a broken thumb. I know the thumb was broken because I threw a ball at him with a sidearm and hit him flush on the thumb, and I knew from then it was broken. I didn't say to him it was broken. He batted with a broken thumb and scored 120. Right. Okay. The maturity he showed in that game and the game previously when we were behind the 8th ball and chasing a very slow total, he scored 18 not out to win the game, were two of the marks, along with his dedication to practice every day when he has the chance to. I bought something called a TRX, which is a body trainer, and I hardly used it. I bought it for the business, and he said, oh, can I borrow it? And I just gave it to him, and he used it every single time. I had no problem with that, because I know it was going to get used because he was using it. His dedication to train, to go running, to get catches, things are not going right. He says, so can we have a look at this? I don't feel right about this, or can we video this? Those are the kind of things. It's not led by me. When we're here, I'll say we're going to do this, we're going to do that, or Benji will do that, or Benji might have a different approach with him. I don't know the complete relationship between him and Benji. I know Benji and him are really close, and Benji's worked with him phenomenally.
Oh, now, so to ask you a question, like how he's back here, what work he's doing?
Benji does work with him. I've been to see them, we have conversations. But when he's here, I've got something going on. I'm communicating with Benji, and we had a conversation about where we think that where that's next movement.
Right.
Be perfectly honest and clear. And I know, and I clear the record right now. When I was in England last year, when the guys got to England and guys started scoring on, people said that I can't take the credit, and I saw it in a paper that's saying that I can't take the credit for what they're doing.
Right.
Earl, I can never take the credit for anything anybody's doing.
Right.
Also, I'd be sitting here thinking and saying, well, Paul Van Ricken's taking wickets over the last 2 months.
Right.
And when he wasn't going so well, nothing to do with me.
Right.
I was there in the facility as a bowling coach. He had a problem. We talked about it. I don't know what else anyone had said to him.
Right.
He just happened to be coming off in the World Cup at the moment. Anybody who I've coached, nothing to do with me other than the fact that I've said things to them. And it's then their job, yes, to then either take it, leave it, use it, okay? And it's their performance. As a coach, you don't own anybody, you don't develop anybody.
True.
You are part of the process. You are like the pencil they give you to go to school with, okay? Things on the blackboard I need to write and learn. You are the pencil, I need to write something and remember what it is. Nothing else. You don't own a player. The glory is not yours. You're a servant. As it is. A servant to the game and a servant to the people you do. Nothing belongs to you. My pride and my goals have come from playing cricket. Look at my records and whatever. They're not great, they're not fancy, but they're mine. I work for them. I woke up every morning in the cold and ran. I went to the gym. I did everything I could do to be the best cricketer I can be. That's done. Now I'm on the coaching side. My job is to make sure that I have the tools so the people who come around me, yes, become the best people first and foremost that they could possibly be, and then best cricketers. That is my job. I don't need recognition. I don't need anyone to call my name. I need them to be the best people they can be. We call his name because we think that he played a role in how we grew up.
That's correct.
When I call him, I don't say hey Taddy, I say hey Daddy. That's what I said. Okay? When I see you, I still see you as a big brother that I used to go to the bank to and have lunch with when I got a class school uniform. Cleve, Shafto. Both of them, my guys, my godfather. One of them was actually godfather, the other one couldn't do the job when the time was there. These are people, soppy, like family. That's what these people, that's what that was for me. This is like my cricketing family. And credit for all of them. One of my first bats ever, somebody cut it down at Pierce School. Cut the bottom off of it. It was a bull. You don't forget things like that. Okay? All the different stuff we got. I wore Eldine boots because he had Eldine's boots. The Masons, they were heavy as hell. Okay? So let's clear it up right here, right now. If I ever say a kind word to anybody, or even if I'm being paid to do it, okay? I've had parents in the last 3 weeks, trials to finish in England, then I have parents calling me, thank you very much. So-and-so got into Gloucester team, so-and-so got into this Gloucester team, so-and-so got into Wiltshire team. Thank you for recommending this person go there. Thank you for the lessons. They don't tell me for the lessons. They pay for those lessons. That's my job. My job is to give them the best chance they can to fulfill their dreams. That's it.
But you want to say something more? Yeah, Teddy. Yeah, again, what Robbie's saying is your job. But your job is to be the best you can be for that person to make sure they succeed.
Correct.
But they want to take up something to do the Kadim again, the guy. See, Kadim is a pretty young guy, 22, but almost old for cricket. See, this is the age he should be in the league and his team. So, trying to make West in his team. He can play it and fade away now.
I know. Because next question I was going to ask him if a driver have him close to Levi and set up.
Because what happens with Ravi and Kadim and so on, I've seen it around here lately. We have plenty of young guys, very talented guys, but there's no opportunity for them. But Robbie, we pretty modest too, we can tell you something now. Because Robbie don't understand, maybe he get to understand now, maybe you understand, I'm not saying that. Being successful in England as a batsman, not easy. As a young guy, because the conditions vary. So he'll be successful in England. Now's the time for him to get a Leland's team or Antigua team and start to excel. He can adapt.
Right.
And he's a pretty smart guy. I know the young guy, I know the Brazil fellow.
And not just from how Robert spoke about him. I really don't know him.
I know him well. I know the guy.
He spoke about him. See, I think he's a smart guy.
I know the guy.
Yeah.
I know the family too.
Right.
Smart, like a young fella. He get me wrong, but hey, 22, so he's supposed to be playing, he's knocking West Antigua team long time ago.
Right.
Getting in there, getting the Leland's team and so on. But he didn't, the opportunity. There's Leland's cricket, Antigua cricket. It just, I don't know, it pissed me off.
Yeah, and the score, over 7 runs, that's all I want to score.
20 runs, that's
all I want, 7
in England. And
yeah, that's all I want.
But saying that no, look at Mickey Mouse bowling.
Yeah, so that's nice.
I can tell you something. I go with my good friend, Viv.
Right.
I remember he told me what the first day he went to England to play cricket. The first match he went to this English to play in England, he went to bring this jokey cricket match for one. He said the old looking guys, you know, but the ball, they opened the ball into him.
Right.
Didn't take more than 6 steps. So he said, it's a waste of time. But next thing you know, next thing you can't touch the ball.
Right.
The ball don't come, so I said, it's a serious cricket.
Right.
so I'm saying in England, but I remember when you are in England.
I know when because we two sitting because I remember playing as an old guy and I said, that was not a ball and ball. I guess the ball is walking.
It's the English experience.
Yeah.
The English experience, you learn that. So this is why I'm kind of worried for the young guy, young guys who go in England. Get the Bente guy in the two bad. There are quite a few guys who do well here, so they need the opportunity to really excel now.
Right.
But they're not given the opportunity.
So we keep talking about the opportunity, lack of opportunities. We're here now, sitting now, having a conversation.
Right.
And I put it to both of you guys, because from what I can see from the outside,
Let's wait. We're not the cricket association now.
I understand. We're understand. We're having a conversation. We have an open conversation. This is what we do. We're having a conversation.
That's what I remind you.
Yeah, so we're having a conversation. So when I grew up, I could walk from take on school and watch Antigua play 3-day cricket in Rockshire.
That is true.
Followed by a 1-day game. Okay. I understand that the financial situations have changed, okay? But we've also had big investors in the country and all the rest of it.
Right.
Is there no way that we could find a way to somehow make sure that these tournaments happen? Even if this is in one country, so the players can have the opportunity to play the village cricket. Because at the moment we're almost bottom of test ranking in West Indies cricket team.
Right.
We're going to qualify for the T20. We're going to qualify for the 50 over competition.
Right.
Okay, I'm not pointing fingers.
No,
all I'm doing is stating facts.
Right.
The major changes from when we were, who we were, to where we are now, from an outsider looking in, is that we don't play the same amount of cricket.
Right.
And the standard of cricket we're playing is not the same.
Right.
So, is there anything that could be done or pushed to encourage investors? Cricket used to be a thing that when we had cricket, recreational ground used to be full.
Right.
Okay? We have a tournament going on at the moment. I don't know what the numbers are like.
Right.
And some people say I didn't even know cricket was going on.
Right.
Okay? Is there somewhere we can get a word around a bit more? I saw a beautiful thing yesterday. I went to get some food and for my aunt, and there was a whole heap of cricket school kids on the field playing cricket in a little cricket tournament.
Right.
It wasn't perfect, and I won't point out the imperfection. It bring joy to my heart, and I walked around and had a look, and I walked, and I smiled, and I remember what it was like to be a kid.
Right.
That for me is my childhood. Okay? Now, that's a great program. How often does that happen? Can it happen more? And are we encouraging the kids like we should do? And how can we get people to invest into having these tournaments? How do we make sure? I know COVID just went past, and everyone keeps using COVID as a
excuse.
I use it as a crutch. I want to use it as a crutch. Yeah. But how do we get better? How do we give these people opportunities because we don't see them? If I don't speak about Anissa Dwan or whatever, you hear from him in England, we don't see them. I mean, Antigua has a cricket league and people do well. He did well last year in the league and did well the year before.
Right.
But how do we see him on a better stage? How do we see him somewhere else?
Next level.
See him somewhere. See him in St. Kitts.
Right.
Where he might be as quick.
Right.
See him in Nevis where there might be more turn.
Right.
How do we see him somewhere? I understand that it's a money thing.
Right.
But can we not do better?
Tell your answer to that. No, I think you have done it for weeks and months now.
I heard you talking about his financials of. When I listen to the radio and politics, plenty money in Antigua, but I know plenty more money in St. Kitts. They're saying this gave plenty of money in so I don't know if money is the issue. But I want to say something I mentioned a good friend Enoch, you know. The last time I told me like this, all the teams met in Trinidad. No, their teams in Antigua and their teams now in Trinidad. My take, I told Enoch, bring all the teams in one country, bring the Antigua or in St. Kitts or Legal Islands team. Everybody meet in one place. Enoch had the way around it, which was good. Neves can play against St. Kitts. They got it close by. Angola can play against St. Martin, they close by. So before they come here, they already play, I think they play Montserrat. So when they have the less games to play when everybody meets. So bring everybody in the same environment. Robbie, I don't think money is the issue. Personally, it shouldn't be. I can tell you why. If you bring the tournament, schedule a tournament here, let's say, like we used to do, end of June. By the time school closes, and until you're about to close. All right? Take for example, a police venue. Police venue can host a team. They've done it before. Brought a team from Trinidad 1980 something. Sure. 85 when they stayed the police, 84 when they stayed the police ground. I'm saying that can happen.
What is enough ground? You don't even need that. You have the Coolidge ground, you have...
And at that Coolidge ground can host, at that team will host, where stay there, you live there. That's what I'm talking about.
Is that to live?
Okay. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's weird, man. I was saying to you, the problem that you have, you think everybody come and test cricketers, then be test. But if you realize you want a chance to make Leland see, make Western see, and make sacrifice.
Right.
You have to make sacrifice if you want to get the big leagues. No young guy and a young guys there. Like somebody said, think Whitley Jacobs told us so. When they went ask you to the World Cup, they still family.
That's like Jakes. When we went
yeah, we're seeing this team at the World Cup.
And 19. And still
family. So
people ask you that.
So I don't know why I think you must have plenty of money for this song now. You just want an opportunity to play. Make a sacrifice for you. That's the point I'm making. You see, all these people have a very nice program. They can host a team easily.
Right.
All these can host a team easily.
Ireland is a beautiful ground.
And I thought hosting a team where people get steadier.
Right.
And then I'm on a beautiful ground now, which are, in order for you to have pull out this tournament, everybody can meet everybody.
Right.
They were focusing on. Take for example, you have Navy base and Panam base.
That's what I was going to say just now. That could be...
I used to go up there, Rabbi,
they had under 15 tournament, they host under 15 tournament.
I used to go there, Rabbi, I know them play, I go in there since the 60s, I know them players and I used to play up there with them now. I go in there for a long time before you ban. So I know them players there, Rabbi. This been the Navy people live there, Panam people live on Panam base. So I know these players, Rabbi. If you put things in place, Rabbi, all you may need, Rabbi, is food. You understand the point I'm making? That might need food now. Can look here, Team Gets State Privilege is prevalent, you know. Yeah. Because when Hurricane was here, right from Barbados here at Privilege is prevalent. So it can be done. That's worry about financing this and finance. The biggest thing was the traveling. Move them from place to place to place to place. We cut down that. Everybody meet in one place. Because Rabbi, you wouldn't know. Oh, the cricket tournament, that's what it used to be. Everybody meet in one country. In so on. But it wasn't like you play one match, you lose again, but the business. It went back home in the 60s and so on. But I was saying to you, forget about the finance. Rabbi, I explained to Enoch, I'm a good friend. He said, I don't understand it. And if you say, bring the corporate and the business people on board. Let's say Antigua going to St. Kitts. You put the budget together. Let's say it costs 50,000, 60,000. Rabbi, I'm just saying. You tell me, Rabbi, if you have something fundraising, I go to some different corporate people, and now they put in like some 5,000 people.
That's your advertising boards, and that's your logos and shirts, and then somebody can buy a team. So there's no reason that somebody can't, one person in the country can't buy. So Harney Motors Antigua has a team, and the shirts there.
That can happen, Rabbi. That can happen, okay, let's say that the corporate people into that side of the thing.
The quality plus the quality.
Exactly.
You ask them to invest in something that is then going to preserve the quality. At the moment, the way I say it is this, right? At the moment, everybody wants something they want it now. Okay? This is how I see it at the moment. I remember we're in the States. In the old days when you plant crops, I talk about my grandparents, right? 'Cause I didn't know about this, right? You use the land for a certain period of time, and then you let it overgrow, and then you burnt it.
Yeah.
You burnt it so that all the nutrients and all that have to go back into the soil and all the rest of it. This is all time to burn. Okay? It's time to burn and have regeneration. So let's look. let's get right. Let's be judged. Yeah. In 3 and 4 years' time, on the guys who are under 15, 17, and 19s now, let's build from there on the way up, and just we're not going to forget about the crop that's here.
No.
Because something will get saved. Okay. We're not going to lose every single thing, but we're going to go backwards to come forwards. We can't exactly think that we're going to go from being where we are now to by the end of next year to be anywhere. Okay. If it happens, bonus. Tick. But for now, we need to go back to grassroots, all levels. I mean, to build a product that we can that will then survive over a period of time. We haven't got a product, we'll do that.
What I'm saying to you, Gabby, too, Western would provide Luna's board with money. So I'm saying to you, does that some kind of meeting up there?
They have a retreat.
You bring people all over the place.
A retreat to
Bring people all over the place.
to see how best they can.
They might have go. That Mr. Richards did not go.
Robbie.
But you try to invite me.
They invite both myself and Mr. Aaron
I
there.
don't want to go to the Nancy story there. My thing is this, Robbie. How we can develop the young guys.
Right.
That's my focus now. Okay, you might lose Kadim and so on. You might lose all the other guys, you might lose them.
I know.
And there are plenty of the young guys around.
Right.
If you don't put tournament in place for them to play, I know this year West Indies had some two there, something like that, the 19, 2 there, 3 there, 12,
right.
Which is good.
Right.
But guess what? I saw an article last week, I think it was, when West Indies knocked out this World Cup.
World Cup.
Okay.
And somebody said, if they change the coach, it will make any difference. And the man was so right. If they change the coach, it will make no difference. You know why? If the coach get good players, he can't do nothing. And then coach, you know, let me tell you something, you know, and say you start coach, you know. I remember when Bunks and the guys went to Sri Lanka. And they said Bunks and Lara batting like two crazy man, like two idiots. And they said, why the coach get them in that work out the deficiencies? And Bunks said when he came over, the coach, when he go up to Antigua, when he go home, let his coach take care of that. So those coaches do the job, they know the job. They get paid because of a certificate.
Okay, so
They're not good teachers.
I hear you, but at the moment we can't sit here and say what Phil Simmons has or hasn't done. Well,
You see improvement in them?
I can't say what he has done. All he can do, as I said before, is give the information, and whatever the players
Rabbi, listen to me now. I said the boy Bernard King from Australia. He did take it in net and teach him technical things so they improve. What information? You ever go in net?
So
what I'm saying is, from sitting here.
Let me say something, man. When I grew up, you know, the old guys can tell you when you're not doing good. I can teach you. Put you in that in and work on you. I didn't tell the damn shit.
Exactly. That happened. That happened then. Is it happening now?
Is that happening now?
I don't know.
But you know, seen it. That's my problem. But the guys are afraid, bro. They can't bat good.
Right.
See everyone think see, but
I couldn't go to factory and be afraid because all you do shop at me.
But I have to tell you, like, I saw a game, this guy, what the guy name? He goes Australia right now, West Indies team. The guy, Batman there, what is his name? Bonner, is that his name, Bonner? Bonner played two games against New Island, out with West Sleep, LBW. Last game played, out with West Sleep, LBW. So I know.
Okay, so the new trainer talk at the moment, right? If Adrian Bonner plays that shot 80 out of 100 times and he gets it right, that's his shot. He will get out to it, but that's his shot. That's the new way of right? Okay? That's our new way of coaching at the moment. Our new way of coaching says that if that shot, yes, 8 out of 10 times get you the result that you want, the desired result, then yes. The question then is, right, is it the right situation for the shot?
Right.
Exactly.
Does it suit the tactics? Is the right bowler?
Right.
So has he done his work and think, okay, so when Nicholas Puran first swept the first ball of an innings, right, you can't tell me, yeah, that he thought about that.
Right.
From a bowler. I don't know if it's first ball of the innings or the first ball of that person's spell and every sweep. He didn't have a look at the situation. He didn't look for any other option. Yeah? Only thing you can tell me, he was trying to impose himself on the player and he got it wrong. But what he's trying to impose himself on the player? The first ball could have been a wrong long hop.
Correct.
I mean, I can agree with you. I can agree with you. Because you have to see what's going on, the right situation and all that. The very situation that.
That's what cricket is. Cricket is a game where you get the situation, and the situation is always changing, and then you have to adapt. And the better you are adapting to what the situation has, the better you are as a cricketer. Now, the idea about you tell me, that's why I play. As a coach, right? You come to me, and you do something, and I say it's inefficient. I say, listen, I don't think that's working for you. But that's my shot, coach. Okay. And we have a sit down and have a conversation. And most of my players come to me have to get a contract. And they sign a contract.
Right.
Okay? And the contract will state this. I will never tell you to do anything that I will not do or have my kids do.
Right.
Anything I do and tell you is not for my benefit, it's for yours.
Right.
Yes? And you as a person is more important to me than a cricketer.
Right.
Those are the three things.
That's you
come and work with me.
Okay.
Oh, and there's one more. You respect here and everybody around here, everybody and the facilities.
That's nice.
Okay? And if you can't live by them, you can't work with me.
Right.
You want to do that? I'm going to say, this is what you want to do. So if you want to bat, hit up everything, trim the wicket, I'm going to say, listen, that's not the right way. You're going to play some balls to the offside. He said, no, it's okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go home and work out what your problems are,
right.
Where you're going to have problems, and where you can't play, what balls you can play, what you can't play. And we're going to work on those.
Right.
And if you can't show me that you can adapt, that when you're under pressure to do something different, after 3 weeks, and you can't show me an improvement, we're going with my way.
Okay.
I can live with that. I can live with that. So like you understand what you did.
I like that. I'm giving everybody a chance to be an individual.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to change you to be what I want you to be. I am trying to make sure that your game is well equipped so you can go anywhere in the world and perform.
That's a battle.
Graham Smith was not the greatest looking batter in the world with the grip they had and all the rest of it. But tell me somebody else who you want to put back for your life.
He's very successful.
Tell me somebody else you want back for your life.
Right.
That's South African guy, right?
Yeah. I'd say back for your life, Himalastical. You two, go ahead.
Right.
I'll sit down and watch happily. And you two can do what you want to do.
He go now. I'll get ready now.
You're going, okay.
I'll get early by himself. I don't want to take Robbie, take his time. Robbie come late. Early come late too. See what happens? I don't know what time, 11 to 12.
Yeah.
You should pick up early anyway from Bowlands. Okay, yeah. It's late too. You're late, man. So I'm saying to you, Robbie, I like your philosophy.
I like it. Yeah.
Give him a chance to be what I want to be.
You have to be an individual.
Yeah,
right.
It's not about everybody doing the same thing at the same time. You have to be an individual. So if you think that your best thing is you have to run in and ball short and ball back up a little and get guys to jump and skip around, yeah, by all means. But that can get you tired quickly.
Right.
What else can you do to get more wickets? That's not going to do anything for me. Bowling a good length ball, heavy length ball, guys don't want to come forward.
Right.
Yeah, mixed with a very good York and a bouncer. Right. Or if you can do a little bit of swing with it, then we got a bowler. We got somebody who can be effective in different times. You may not play in certain places because you're limited yourself. And that's something I want to tell you as well. That, okay, you want to play this way, but understand if you go to certain places, something happens, ball swing around, you're not going to play.
Right.
Because your technique and what you're doing, or if you play, you have to work real hard. You have to have the discipline to then figure out how to get better at that.
I like that. Before you go, in terms of Andy Strauss, he's a quick for England right now.
Yeah.
And he came up with a new strategy in terms of improving England quicker and stuff. What are your thoughts on that?
I think Rob Key brought in Brendan McCullum. Now, I will never ever say bad about Rob Key. Rob Key and I sort of like, to a certain extent, we played the same team in the cap. I don't want you said bad about it. I want to be honest. No. I thought that the form of cricket, especially in Test cricket that they really went with, the strategy would fall down on a good bowling. Okay, I thought New Zealand was the one Test thing, was the Test series which it would all go to pieces. It didn't. I thought India would go to pieces, and it didn't. And when they did South Africa, I'm starting to believe. But more than anything else, what we got to understand is, those guys played aggressive cricket. Mm-hmm. They're not the first people to do it.
Right.
When David Warner started opening the batting for Australia, how did he play?
Right.
He didn't play conservatively.
No, he was aggressive.
Australia have been going for good guns all the way through the 90s when they dominated world cricket.
Right.
So let's be honest, it's nothing new. All they've done is that they've practiced hard enough and worked hard enough to know this is how I play cricket and not second guess themselves and doubt themselves.
Right.
And they put the pressure back on the bowler to then, because Test cricket is normally, well, the bowler got the ball and I'll go chuck and get, but they've taken that away from the bowler. So now you are under pressure from ball one. All they've done is turn it around.
Right.
It's normally, batter's under pressure, so, no. You ball a half bad ball,
right.
we're going to hit it over the ground,
right.
and then we're going to put you under pressure. So now, all of a sudden, me thinking I can get settled into a nice little spell and get warm and grooving and all the rest of it, that's dead. If I don't come on my mark from ball one, you're hitting all over the place. The next guy comes, he gets it all over the place. Then all of a sudden, you got 5 bowlers who are absolutely confused.
In a shambles.
How much run they scoring a day? They haven't done anything different. Everyone talking about their boss or Johnny Bairstow. Can't boss or Johnny Bairstow. Okay? If you still ball on the channel outside after me, nick him off. But the fact of the matter is, all they did was turn the pressure on. They played a brand of cricket that was progressively enough, that the pressure's back on you. Like tennis, you serve the ball, I hit it back to you, and you don't hit it back far enough, I put you back under pressure. That's all they did. They didn't really do anything different. The guys play the same, they don't play it exactly the same way. When they needed to bat for a long period of time, they bat for a long period of time.
Right.
Stokes does it. But he loses his head every now and again, he tries to impose himself, but that's kind of, he has seen himself as an ultimate imposer.
Right.
And sometimes that goes wrong.
Right, true.
But look at the other guys. Look at the guys they're picking. Good friend of mine, Sam Billings. They love Sam Billings. Sam Billings can feel, he can bat, he can keep wicket. It fits the brand. Look at the brand. The guys like Sibley and those guys, and Burns, they don't fit the brand of cricket that England's trying to play now.
Right.
Robbie, come on to our place.
So Robbie, we nice having you, Robbie.
No, right, that's you.
And then going back next week, and then return. And when we return, we need to do a party.
His body, so we tell him hello, his body, Katie.
Kingfish. So we have to do a party, we'll come back Antigua. Because we have to touch some more stuff I want to touch on. I know what I'm talking about too. Nice having you.
Next time come early.
So we have a party to do. Taddy was good to have Rami in the school with us. Taddy. And we have Wajan now who's late as you say. I was late. But like Rami, Taddy, the experience in terms of his coaching skills. So he's really a coach.
He's doing a good job.
Yeah, he is. And what I like too about him too, Taddy, in terms of he's not taking the credit. In Antigua here, a lot of coaches say, I make the player and stuff. Like they know they are part of the process. And that thing that killed the cricket in Antigua, the coaches are comparing one another and stuff.
Look, when you coach, the job is to get the player better. That's your job.
That's right.
You know about this, who do this and who do that.
Right, and some coaches only can take a player to this level. They don't understand, I can't take the player no further. I don't know what they do with the player.
So let's get with the player. Let's get to the one.
While he's here this morning, why, what's up?
I see you. And to the best coach in the world.
The world latest man.
I have an excuse. I was actually, this studio was not at the
the one place?
Yeah, the Ryan building.
No, we never been there, Ryan. Well, they came in before.
Exactly. No. You know what? I used to go with the cricket and Boston stuff by when Seth and I was up there. For some reason, the studio in the that's when we keep texting. You know, I actually I was like,
they came before, so
right. I actually, for real, because of that, I used to go to the studio when I
one of the best I told you be here 10 to the shop and I
was here. I was. You know this from the text. The texting you.
So what's up, all things? I'm good. I know this still plays so cricket with ball and stuff like that. How that go?
Wait, one person. You are out to Pacey Williams?
The thing is, the cricket is allowing me to play.
Wait. I want to challenge that word. Allowing. What do you mean allowing?
The quality and the standard of the cricket is allowing me, as a 56-year-old man, to still play and dominate when I so choose.
Wow. Wait. Dominate when you choose. When you say choose, what do you mean?
If I don't go in at 8, if there's a situation I realize the team need to go me at 3 or 4, I go in and change the game, which I do quite a bit.
Wait. You have to have a first class cricket?
Yes, first class cricket.
Standard solo?
Maybe I'm that good. Being the opening part of the year, you know your shots, man. I heard Robbie talking about something about the brand. That brand is an old brand. That brand is something that they're selling you nowadays. That has been a brand from a long time ago.
I guess the guy these days now is not brand.
Right, because there were times when Taddy tell us this is what we want.
Exactly.
And because we were so well prepared,
right,
you just have to say the word and the day,
right,
as to how we're going to go about it, and it's done.
Right. And like I remember some game time in field, never forgot that. Because you're part of bad news watching. You're batting bad news in field.
Bad news?
It was the 31st of August that year. I don't remember which year, but I know it was on my birthday.
Right.
And we were both batting together. And the coach sent out the message.
It's a bad news right now.
And he sent out the message that says, tell everyone that Chinese best don't know about you. Because he wasn't driving the ball down the ground. It wasn't that he wasn't scoring up. He wasn't playing the kind of shots that the coach wanted to see at the time. Right. It was to get the ball driven down the ground.
Okay, so like you're saying that you have some players that want to do their own thing, but he want to see certain things.
Yeah, but you know, Badger's method works. Right. You can't dispute his method and his success. But we joke about that all the time. We joke about it all the time.
So tell me, in terms of the season for you this year, boys, how was that? The youngsters and them?
Well, I know everybody know who Tying Tongue is, that the young fastball out there, who is pretty decent.
Right.
He's been decent for about 5 years now.
Yeah, but I was going to go there. We had Taddy Arundel in factory to go and train.
Right.
Even though we didn't want to go. And I'll give you a story.
Right.
I used to work on ice cream parlor. And all the guys and all the old veterans who used to come and get ice cream, the back one, they would know this.
Right.
And I said to Taddy, I work on Saturday mornings.
Right.
Because remember that was Cedar Valley Day.
Right.
And Taddy was never convinced that I was working. So guess what Taddy did? Taddy drove to, at the time, Balmo Hotel. Right. And went to the reception and find out where the ice cream parlor was. And came and make sure that I was working, and that's the reason why I wasn't doing Cedar Valley. Yes, because I wasn't skipping Cedar Valley. You know, I was a fitness fanatic. Yeah. So Taddy gave me my Cedar Valley at factory in the afternoon. I had like 20 left 20 minutes. You understand? So I'm saying all that to say, Taddy, it's not that he has lost much. He hasn't gained much because of, people may question me in terms of he's under my watch, but remember, I am not there 24/7. I'm talking about a place where we can harness talent. We had factory. And anybody who went to factory and did not improve wasn't serious about cricket.
That's correct.
You understand my point?
Right.
So there's nothing wrong with him.
Right.
He's still quick.
Right.
He's still keen, but obviously, like I'm saying, there is not the place where there is something consistent. Like now he's playing football.
Right.
Football?
Yes.
You have no man playing football?
I said that to you football.
The thing is, he's a pretty decent player as well, just like we used to play. But what happened when Taddy said, come a factory, we go factory. Right. You understand? So I'm saying here, Taddy, come back down to the structure. Something is wrong with the way we're harnessing our young players. Because they don't have the competition that we had when we were playing.
How old is he now?
20.
See, I will just explain to Robbie a while ago now. What we're talking about. Right. Those guys that was training now to play like Leonidas tournament.
There's no tournament.
So that's what I was saying.
I came later because Robbie and I had a conversation for about 45 minutes to an hour yesterday. Right. And that was the argument. I said to him, I sympathize with the players. I had the condition in my mind when I was playing for Antigua, and when I get my little doing in New Island, when they feel so like giving me a play, that the condition in recreation ground is not the condition in Bastia, or the condition in Nevis, or in Anguilla.
And he just alluded to that earlier.
Right, because what happened then, we had all the fast bowlers, we had decent spinners, but because we had so many fast bowlers, when we go to these places, we see a different surface. You wonder, it's like a farmer here in the pitch, so they make certain part of the pitch nice and hard, and certain place very docile to counteract what we had. But you know, because we had the best of the best then, it never mattered what they prepared. Because our bowlers back then, you didn't want to bowl a bumper. And it was in the loose part, it was about the pace and the accuracy. So even though it's not going to be as quick as when you're playing in recreation ground, it was at the same pace. Right? These players don't have that. And without a thing like Leeward Island tournament, our cricket is going to be doomed. That's my opinion, humble opinion. And like I said, me and Robbie was just talking about it yesterday. Taddy, you used to prepare us. And one of the things that live with me up to this day is that you said you are not preparing none of your players to represent Antigua.
True.
Because if you're preparing people to represent Antigua, it makes no sense. So the level that we were at, the guys who were at factory, the day we step into another team or a higher level, we were already prepared for the higher level because of what transpired. You ever get the whole iPad? the green pitch. There was a green pitch at factory and it was for Saturday morning.
Especially England tour.
Yes. There was a couple of box of new ball back there and a sprinkler.
Saturday morning.
And the red grass and the green grass.
Saturday morning.
Yes, English condition. so these bowlers, they ride in hard green pitch with some water on it. Like you can relate to that, right? Right. And all seriousness, it was about preparation. So back to your question, Taddy, there's nothing wrong with the youngster. Matter of fact, a couple of times this year, in an opening spell, you look at 7, 8, 9 catches being dropped off him because of his pace. And a lot of people like to look at scorebook and what's going on the radio because they're not watching the local cricket. They don't know what's going on. This youngster, I mean, I still see it well enough. I catch it well enough. And ball throw on him and stop.
I know. I saw the first coolest move. I think then he was like maybe 16,
15.
17. Right.
15.
And I said, who the one that blowing up those kind of plays? Somebody who know and put in something. He had the potential. He had everything.
And he just still bowling quick.
He's still pretty young, to 20.
Very young.
He don't get out of football.
It's a guy I like a lot. You know, the guy I like a lot. I think he can go
Get the guy on the football field. Get the guy. Get him go and see the guy, go train. Robbie, he doesn't train himself. Because look here. The guy should be in the team right now.
Of course, you're possible. Easily. And that's where we're losing it. Easily.
They don't want to get injured football and so.
Yeah, that guy just like how when the guy named Liberty said I play for America.
Go.
They could have him close to the seat. Because there's something special about that guy there.
But you see, Earl, I agree with you. He should be around here.
He just won't, even though I'm playing this ball, because somebody will sit here.
If the guy is just road football and football, I'm against you. You have to have the guy see the ball training hard.
Right.
Let him get focused and becoming a cricketer. Concentrate that.
I agree.
Because when I was around, I could have a case for him.
Right.
To get him in the squad. I could have a case for my guys.
Right.
But I don't know how the setup is now. And if whoever running this stuff would be willing enough. And because of the guy potential and how fit he is and how good he is to argue the case for him.
Correct.
Guy who done that even Kurt Yams and so with Vivian, they get the guys on the team.
Right.
Look, I already said the guys is bowling pretty quick.
But I'm telling you.
But you have to get fit and strong. Hey, I was discussing that. Even discussed that with Courtney Watch.
Right.
For us bowling not about first spell.
Right.
No.
For us when was second and third spell.
And I was just going to tell you that. I was going to say to you, one of the young fast bowler that you can put the ball in his hand and allow 8, 9, 10 overs of sustained pace. It's not the best thing for him, but because of our club, he do a lot of work. And with the old ball,
he's still at the same pace.
Still at the same pace.
That's great. That's very good.
And that I mean, remember, I'm a victim of the pace that we had.
Right.
You know, go there and buckle our shoes.
Right.
Because they're coming.
Right.
The last time I get some real pace, the gentleman that was just sitting here, I won't call his name, very good friend. Bumson was then the captain of Antigua team, and we were preparing for, I think, when we were going on our own. But you know, I don't go to practice every day. I'm a boss man, so I have to take some days to make my money. So Bumson called me, Wally, boy, you have to come. Robbie up there, go fast. You have preparation now. So when I went up, Robbie, Wally, I said, you're going really sharp. Pretty boy, you're licking their head. So I'm going to get to whistling, some chills back and start their dancing. And this was the last time that I really encountered a man running bowling fast. It was when Robbie came back and we were chilling. Right. Some real pace. Those kind of things you don't see them happening now. When you and I were playing, and when Taddy have our factory, maybe kill up you understand? Right. When 9, 10, 15 fast bowlers try to see who can bowl the quickest. Right? We don't have that now. So how do you harness what you have available? Where do you send them? How do you train them? And that, I brought up that program, that conversation with Jojo some morning, let me get some licks. Right. I mean, I won't call name, but people in high places call me and say, how can I say that? And I'm saying it here again. There isn't a place that we are trying to harness the young talent that we have in Antigua when it comes to cricket.
I want to cut you short. I want to interrupt you. I cut it because people in high places call you. You're not member of Cricket Association anymore?
No.
Oh, okay, no, we understand.
I refused that a long time ago. When I you remember one time I was challenging for the presidency and some things happened politically. Right. And from then to this day I
wait. What do you mean politically?
Yeah, I'm telling you. I was
okay, leave it alone.
Yes, let me leave it. I was vying for the presidency and I'm a good friend Naki and everybody know me Naki best friend, that's my buddy for life. Right? But I figured that I could have bring something new to the table at the time. And something had transpired. And I dropped all the intention. And I didn't take any position at all. I was off all other positions since then. And I've never really done that. I've never gone back to AGM to be a part of. I just continue to do what I'm doing at Bowlands. That's my...
I'm glad to say you're going to Bowlands. I want to interrupt you a little bit again.
That just before we go. Cleve watch you. Cleve say, Mandela, like he had make a comeback to Earl again.
I want to respond to that here. I want to, when I roll with Cleve, he will come and show in the region. He put it on the party, Old Cleve, man. He was dodging. Old Johnny boy, old Johnny. It was too picnic.
Tell me some of the name Keith my name Keith and Stuart Williams there where you just run in and say, we'll boy you down. It doesn't go like that around here.
Well, no, I listen to you early. Because the Cricket Association, you're part of it for a long time.
Yes.
Which is, that's what's taken back. It's hard to still there. You know what I mean? But I'm going to ask you, T. Willie, guys, he went to the Bowlands, his Bowlands setup. T. Willie, T. Willie never stopped coaching guys at Bowlands.
No.
He paused it from time to time, Saturday mornings.
He's out there now.
That was it. T. Willie never stopped.
Yes.
He never stopped. So I'm asking you, how many of those guys, fit into the Bowlands?
Oh, that's our strong point. No club in Antigua today have no players on Bowlands.
The Bowlands guys?
None. And I am not going to tell you it's the most quality players all the time, but we are one of the clubs who consistently have youngsters that you can filter in. And you know why? It's because of the question that you asked. Tyrone Pacer Williams never stopped coaching, whether it's rain, sun, whatever. He coaches every week, every year, right? So what we have is players, and most all those players, you're talking about Bowlands, the Jennings, the Empire, people who have gone through Willie's system. A lot of these young guys came from Tyrone Pacer Williams' system in Bowlands and at Jolly Beach. And they filter into a lot of teams.
And there's a Jolly Beach, you remember that he never stopped.
Yes, a lot of English team come in, these guys. Right. Some of those young guys let's play against guys like Broad and test players who came to Jolly Beach at a young age and played on the T. Willie guy. So that's a structure, but that has its limits. Right, that is filtering natural talent because Pacer is not one of the coach, as I heard Robbie touch on, to try and change people, but to teach them how to play cricket. Now, you have a lot of natural talent coming out of there. When they leave there now, what's next? And that's my argument.
Yeah. So the deals when you come, you know.
So what do you think will help that talent there? What we need to put in place? What structure you think?
I'm going to be blunt about something.
Yeah, take it there.
Villages and community sports is not an easy thing to manage.
Wait. He knows about that. Robbie knows about that.
Let me tell you what happened.
He tried some new jobs and everything else was mashed up. He tried new jobs and everything mashed up.
I know. I heard about it. It's sad. It is sad. And you know, I'm still the guy who walks into every house in Bolands and almost every house in Antigua.
So you saw a politician, man?
No, because and I would never be a politician. Yeah, I'm not going to tell me about the Jumin in my closet. So, my school there in my closet is mine, and nobody gets schools in the world. So, I put it out today. I will never be a politician. I will challenge the politician all the time.
Okay.
The community thing, and as you said, brought me experience. Poland, 1 year, because Poland is so football down here. 1 year we were beginning, and I started football. One of the young, my best friend now, came on in white 2017, I burned.
What's the point now?
Got this.
I take up the page, and if I can, and you will burn and burn. So what? This here, I will this. This kid has not brought me money. But it brought me certain memories. And ability to learn different cultures along this. Nothing that you are when you take your history and that you burn that story that made them become better friends. Because you made them know this is what you do. Because there was no ticket they go out. They can do it. We have a good partnership.
Right.
I'm facing on myself. And we run school as well.
Okay.
You understand? Now, the challenge is getting the club to be organized and
You mean football and cricket?
Yes.
Okay.
Until all the communities put the club on the one structure, like let's say Betters also seems to be doing the same. This is the way to go. I mean, me and my good old buddy, we had a lot of work, Kenneth Benjamin. I don't do much without consulting with him about structures. Because say what you want, he has a wide knowledge.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct.
So I reason with him a lot about the way we can put things forward. Even in terms of my pitch, one time he came out. Even this year I wanted to do some upgrade on the pitches. And he came with me and we did some stuff and did some estimate and stuff. You know, it's a person that interacts.
He's an excellent research person.
Yes.
This is what people say about him and stuff like that.
Don't take that away from him.
He's an excellent person.
And I don't get into those kind of life. Because me about follow and cuts, but we never matter.
That's our family, but that's our raising our family.
Right. That's the big things. It kind of for me to study and you know, all kind of stuff. You understand? So I'm saying here, how and when are the authorities, the people that has the capacity. They have the secretariat, they have the secretary, they have everything in place to get this thing going in a structural and proper way. Not to make everybody the same, because you can't turn Earl Walden into Earl Richards.
Correct.
We were different. We were a body for life, and we are always different. Now, I come back down to the word harnessing. Let us put something in place. I've been saying this over and over, to not waste the talent that we have now. They're different. Maybe they wouldn't want to come on Taddy, because Taddy was about like his son. No, they want one body now. They want one body. Taddy was all body, but Taddy did not display bodiness in training because of the seriousness of what was going on. But if you want to get drop home, all you want, anything else you want, go after the cricket. You know, you're not tell you
Right. I even go somewhere play and somebody, let me go to Antigua overseas and then pick you out the ball. It's a cross, you know,
you're not tell you good, no. You have him when he good old partner. Somebody when he good old partner, I come and watch you because boy, Taddy say, take a peek on this man. You know, the full of shit. The best line of that. 1 year, Richie and Ambrose just go and destroy Australia. I never remember this one. And Richie come a factory. When the factory was the Mecca.
Right.
And we had my army fast bowler. That was better than the man that was playing for Australia at the time because we had that. This is no argument here. And Richie come a factory and can't touch on ball.
Right.
So Taddy said to him, I hope Richie is saying this, but test cricket real jokey. Test cricket not real joke cricket. You in Australia bank people, you can't touch on ball factory.
It should level.
That's my point. That's my point, and that was the place that I am asking for to come back. A place where cricketers can go and learn how to play the game on a different condition. I mentioned the wet pitch.
Right.
I also mentioned, well, I did not mention the dry pitch.
Right.
When Greg kept on a couple of guys who field spin at the time. And Taddy, my ball in life, will still exist.
Right.
And Taddy would just, when I went out, certain bowlers go and bowl against certain batters.
Right.
Because like Taddy wanted to bat, he would done quick.
Right.
so we would come in and, you know, spin 200 of the night and man gone on a slip, field set. Where is that place now?
And that's what I was asking Robbie earlier too. He begs to what, maybe Taddy was saying. He makes it better. How does West Indies cricket team practice? How does team practice?
You know, I don't want to discuss that.
No, because when I think about how we just play, because when we play a factory, we practice like we play a game. Yeah, today, I play one out. Yeah. So if you don't want them batting done, when the first ball out, you batting done. Yeah. So you get prepared properly. So when match time come, you're mentally tough.
I won't tell you how long ago I started to realize there was something wrong with West Indies cricket. I was involved in cricket at the time.
Right.
And there was special requests by the West Indies players for a certain condition of the pitches that they used to practice when they reach Antigua. There were bowlers, and we had, remember I just said earlier on, there was a time when we had better bowlers than some of the test nations available here that couldn't even make Antigua team.
Right.
At that time, the West Indies team is making requests as to the type of bowlers they want and the way they have to bowl. They took new ball. Yes.
And the way they have to bowl.
Yes. They took new ball out of certain bowlers and in Antigua and Barbuda at the time when they used to pick bowlers to go and train the West Indies team and decide that these guys are not getting a new ball. Find the oldest ball and get them. And they were still getting Congans ahead. These are the West Indies players. So from then I started to tell myself, look, maybe them people are not as good as we think, you know.
Right.
Because these same bowlers, like I call names, the Banga doing so.
Right.
The wild thing on them, we used to bowl a lot of fast ball and bumper. When they see my bat, me and Test player, you know, the little man with us play factory, and then bowl one short ball, they might get away with one.
Right.
All the rest, whether they're up here, then down here, me have all the different type of hook shot and fan shot and pull away backs, you know, all the different, you know. And when I see that West Indies team, at the time, we were still pretty good enough and some real world beaters. But they came to Antigua and request what they want because of the pace that we had around here. That signaled something to me. And it trickled down. I wonder if even Zari is allowed to bowl as fast as he can in training.
Right.
You was strong, but I heard about that a stick wicket that Lara tell man can't bounce inside the net. But my good friend Bosa, he always reminded me when the World Cup was here, he went to bowl in nets. And he was born in Australia one day. And he bowled a lot of bouncers. And the guys love it. The Australian guys love it. He said punting was running on the field this exercise. And when punting started, punting stopped running. I went to the coach and said, Coach, I want to bat this guy. See the difference and the mentality of you don't want to bounce what you want.
you talk about Bosa. Remember Bosa come off and start to one of the quickest thing around. Remember Miguel Carl? I went up and man said, Wally, action up here. and to me, that was it. Challenge. You understand? Then you go up and Bosa, Lego this thing in here.
Yeah.
Some say dice. Set up. Next one, some pass it down there. You understand? Because when I just walk in here, you all talking about something, and they're talking about players play this way and play that way. Right. Foolishness. Cricket is about playing condition. Right. Period, full stop. Right. Don't tell me nothing about this is the way nobody play. Right. There's no such thing. India pitch is not Antigua pitch. Right. England pitch is not South Africa pitch. Right. So you can't tell me a player play no way. Right. You have to adapt and adjust to every condition become available. And you go back again. Our cricket in this lower part of the region, we can't speak for Barbados, being in this structure. Right. I know Leeward Island, and I know why we produce all the top class players that we produce at the time. Right. Because of the fact that when you play in Leeward Island tournament, you become one of the better players in the whole entire region. Right. Because I explained earlier, not only you have different types of surface, but you have different type of in terms of the team. The team, the maker of the team. People play to their strength, and Leeward had that. Where you have spin kings, you have pace kings, you have medium pace like the swingers, you have all kind of stuff. Leeward Island figures about that. Right. Even some of the players who went on and played for the Windward Island played in the Leeward Island tournament and learned their craft and went back and be successful at Windward level. Roy Marshall, I can call a number of players. It was Leeward Island tournament that these guys were able to harness their skills. So when they moved from Leeward Island, some went on to Windward, some played for the West Indies, and the result is clear. We usually produce decent players. Those who didn't get a fair crack, those who get a fair crack. Right? Where is that now? Somebody tell me. Where is that kind of...
You used to be cricket association, I can't discuss that.
No, the thing is, when I was in there, I was limited to what I can say. But now I'm not in there. I can say what I want to say.
Let me check you with something. You said something very important earlier. Can we go down there and have different preparation of pictures? Yes. I didn't tell you, it took me back to like 50 years ago or so.
Look like when
we played in the St. Kitts. There were groundsman down there called Devin. Right? I
heard of him, but I've never seen him.
St. Kitts pitch was very good, hard. But Devin was usually go with the roller. And the roll where the ball land so hard that when our balls land, the spike can't hold nothing.
Slide. Technique. Different technique.
I see it. Even we keep on your batsman, you can't hold nothing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If you have a no spike and it's sort of football you.
So you have probably change your rubber shoes. See?
So I'm saying only when Davis said different kettle of fish, you know Davis.
Yes.
Pitch like a damn, pitch like a
yes.
With it the point was turned ball big.
Square. Not big, square.
Okay. So and I agree with I learned it over the years. That's why I say faculty are different kind of pitches.
I know. I spoke about it. The spin pitch and the pace pitch.
Yeah, different kind of pitch. You must learn to adapt the condition.
Yes.
It's very important. When you say when you go India, you can see spinning pitches. They're going to give you a fast ball pitch. They never had fast ball those times.
There.
So we want a fast ball pitch.
All right. That's my point.
Pakistan has a fast bowlers, but this spinners country.
Then they gear everything.
Everything.
Yeah. Then they're more like Pakistan to me. I'm more like West Indies. Just prepare and like see what you got. To me, that is one of the team that reminds me a lot about what used to go on in the Caribbean around West Indies. Just prepare the pitch and let me see what you got. So you have different surface, play different. Buckleys, quick. Right. New wind chops, quick. Rising sun, very balanced.
But the was a good pitch though.
But that missing quick and good because those are pickers. Yes. And challenge you. Pickers and
no pickers. Challenge you. New wind chops, Buckleys. Those are good parachute pitches.
Yes. Challenge you. They challenge you to play proper cricket because
Sweets.
Yes.
Sweets are good pitch
within the small area. So that's my point. Where are those scenarios now for these players. Now we can sit down here, even though you never play for Leo Island, you played under lot of different conditions with the same quality of spinners and fast bowlers, because we had a lot in Antigua, you know. When you look on the spin availability in Antigua.
The scatter.
You're crazy. Well, man, Mirage, the two Mirage, whiskey.
Whiskey.
Chick, Irish.
Every joke you compare to what we used to play with. You start Cannon.
All that.
You start
Opal
also. Archibald.
Yes. Real
Scatter.
Yes. Hence Martin. You can call so many.
Rich.
You rich. You understand? Now, can you say the same thing of cricket today? No. So what we have to do now?
Why is that so early?
The quality.
The guys are practicing hard enough. I don't know
Taddy and Earl and my good old friend. Where is that factory place? Especially now we're not playing cricket on the side of the street and in the gutter.
A bonus can be a factory.
I know.
So the wine lament that factory. Anyway, we have the great thing going to do jobs. And you do it 2 hours in 1 year.
So where do we change that? So
then we need to get more for cricket, like a factory, like before,
I'm not referring to factory in terms of the place,
the structure,
where there was cricket not prepared for Antigua, but prepared for the higher level. Because I never heard Taddy said that he changed any one of us.
We're going to knock you now.
Yes.
We're going to knock you now.
Yes, not me.
Because you're a big member crew association. So why not have something like that long time? Put something in place like factory.
Well, I did say to you that I tried to be the biggest man in cricket before. Well, in terms of administration.
Right.
And the way we turned out, right, I realized my kind of thinking and leadership style would have been extremely challenging in that environment where people want formation. Everything must be in form, and you must carry yourself and attire. You understand? And remember, I was manager of Antigua team for a year, and that year was one of the best performance from our young players. We never win the tournament because we had some situation of weather.
Right.
But under my management, along with Hayden, may soul rest in peace, we were able to get into the players' head. Farm one, at that time, I'm going to tell you the players. It was the coming after bouncing.
Right.
It was the Richie.
The Tyro also, Tyro Tate.
Yes.
Marley and the Colonies.
Marley, Baby, Gavin, that group there, which was pretty decent too, because they used to get the back end of what we had.
I know the St. Gallen guy in bowler you're talking about it. First time. I know first time. He should be one of the top player of all the place.
Let us all remember what transpired to him. He kept in Liverpool and Tina get dropped from Antigua because people think that
Wait. Let me get something clear.
Okay, let's go.
You confuse me.
Let me go.
Wait. He's captain
of the Leeward Island team.
Which one is junior team?
Senior Leeward Island team. And did not get selected for Antigua. The same.
Okay, move on.
So I'm saying to you, that group of guys, Devon Thomas.
Right.
I'll tell you something about Devon Thomas because I used to find he used to have a little funny personality, laid back. I don't know, it's a culture where it came from. We were in St. Martin, I was manager. And then I gave Petty Cash as manager. And we were in St. Martin and everybody done the shades.
We get Petty Cash and so?
Well, as manager, I had a little Petty Cash. Miscellaneous. Everybody done wear Oakleys. Well, you know how we Oakley in the morning and Booby Nanan. Let me go down to the name Booby. Came to store. Take out the Petty Cash and I say, which one of shades you want to put in my face, young fella? The manager show up, I say, yeah man. Yeah. Put on shades when he face. Me, let me tell you, look, let me tell you something. Equality me deal with in life, period, full stop.
Right.
I deal with so much equality that in my earlier children, we used to measure the bread with tape measure in front of them. I'm dead serious. I measure the bread and I cut them. And the daughter still laughing. they laugh about that all the time. And in the cup, you have to put the cup together and make sure that the regular juice inside the cup is here. I took them to the bank. Your bank, you would know. And I opened an account, and it was the same amount on both accounts. I didn't have 50 cents. I put 25 on this and 25 on that. And that was the thing that I said. And as manager, that's how I manage and take a team. Right. So the young players gravitated towards me. There was a couple of seniors like Gavin, Tong and so. And the man, you said, boy, manage you different, boy. Right. Because there was a lot of rift between players and the association at the time. And I believe one of the reasons, and it was said publicly, one of the reasons why they allowed me to manage, I had just stopped playing. And as you know, I'm well respected by all. Right. So they said, look, the best way to sow this for our citizenship, yes, is to make Waljan manage the team. It turned out to be Waljan was a damn good manager. Right. Holding wife when she was at Stanford, because I managed for the first time. But tell them publicly, the best manager in this structure right now, Waljan. Right. I used to, if my player had tight pants, Soppy was with us, and Soppy clothes only with tight and stuff, and me go up and me tell you, hey, look, none of my players are playing comfortable now. Right. So we have to adjust them stuff right away. Correct. She said, Lord, I was just on the ball. Everything I'm on the ball. If one player has a problem, I'm going to get them solved. Because I don't want their problem to filter in the cricket. Correct. You understand? Right. They didn't want that kind of management either. Right. Players were called in and questioned about how is Waljan as a manager. Right. Sometimes I wake up the morning and I'm first sleep now. Some of the players and then go in the room. They were so comfortable when I was managing. Yeah, what do you mean? That's how we felt when we was around Taddy. Even though Taddy was turned, we were comfortable. True. Because there was an ultimate goal. We understood at the time that we were prepared for being a cricketer. Right. That's why I'm a cricketer today. I'm still a cricketer, even though, I still feel like I'm a cricketer. Right. I believe that if they have an over 40 test league in the world, then we'd be the wait. They play over sparse or something. Yeah, but they take a lot of people who have played at the higher level before. Yeah, that guy manage themselves. They need to come up.
They have an over 40 starting in Sing. Say the semi-summer for over 40 in Sing. We live Sing. It's quite a thing, live.
Tell them send some everyone.
You can tell them what
the fit is over for them in the world.
But I want to get back to something I said earlier, which is very important. Very important. Because it's something that I've been noticing for many, many years. I comment on. Guys, when the guys get to the team, a young guy get to the team, take for example like the young boy there, tired guy, your bowler.
Time.
Like I can think of two guys in particular who didn't make it to the biggest level. Mm-hmm. They play Lewis cricket. Mm-hmm. The guy, the Quinn, and the Carnwall, Wilden.
Yes.
And there's a couple of the guys who would make Antigua team when they're 16 years old and so on.
Very young.
And then out the season, then they do nothing.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have a structure like you say,
put your back.
Play, do work all year round.
All year round.
Academy and when a guy is 16 and play for Antigua, he's a special talent.
Special. This youth represent West Indies when he was under 15, Okay. They saw him and came to England and he did pretty well. One of the few young fast bowlers that I come across, not because he come from Bowlands, he played Bowlands, that I see wasn't a wild thing with pace.
No,
that's what amazed me about him. Normally you see a young fast bowler, the quick then tends to be wild. Right. He was never, ever a stray all over fast bowler with the pace he was bowling. And to me that was impressive, right? Like I said, I don't think a lot of elevation has been made, again because of the fact that I don't think he has ever been, tell you more, there has been a couple of clinics around here. Right. And
I see in the
late invitation. Right. I can testify to that. I don't know.
Wait, explain to me. I don't know. No, explain to me when you say late. What is late?
It is late that he don't start, and then it's like an afterthought.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
So
that find out that he's not there and work together.
Wait. So something question all the time.
Yes, go ahead.
Very good liar, no.
Yeah.
You say to me,
if you ever be good liar, you pass every morning, take your kid if you watch it. You know, chest today?
tell you I'm in the studio.
Rabbit, take a few rabbit, you say,
you say me, they find out, they discover they're not there. So, what do you mean they find out, discover? My idea is, he was not intended to be there.
Let me ask you a question, Tali. In business, when they have this word they use, inventory.
Yeah.
What that does? What that does?
Check our again.
It struck me funny on a couple of occasions that transpired. Why? Back then, if you ask study from fast bowler, he can tell you where to go find one and where them there.
Right.
Back then when I was around Antigua team and in the system, when they request what they want, you know exactly where to go and find them. So I'm saying this to say that he should be a part of the inventory.
No, wait, I want to knock you like a bit again now. My can't knock you too hard, but my bike.
No, you can knock me, yeah.
Wait, man.
Backward.
So when I had something happen, you remember Cricket Association?
No, I'm talking about no.
The one when I have it back, when I knock you again.
No.
I want to ask him, who having these camp? Is it association put out in this camp?
I have heard from different angles that maybe West Indies is doing something, different stuff that I've heard.
But the association should have kind of people in social league. So
that's what I said. The name should be there.
That's what I'm saying. One name is in. Because he's playing league.
But Bush, what I'm saying, as soon as something come up, let's suppose you hear Andy Rob's gone clinic, Curtin Yambos. To me, it's upon fast one clinic.
Yeah.
To me, it's upon the association to go into the inventory. They should have all players' name, which I believe they do.
Right.
And make sure all these players, either via themselves or via their clubs, be informed that this thing is starting XYZ and you're invited and this is what happened. Make sure, not only just invite them. Taddy, the drive bus, but Taddy used to find out if you have a ride. Because you get the factory, somehow you link up somebody will come and you get a ride. What I'm saying, this kind of movements we need to see in Antigua, coordination of things, that our best players, not because you might be the time you say Wood or you say Earl Wood. No. This is our best talent.
So like a spite situation.
We're going to change it. We're going to make sure that you know that you're welcome here and you're needed here. I don't see it happening.
But I like a people again. Like I heard so the same T20 stuff was. As a matter of fact, the first time I heard about him, he played some kind of something league at the stadium.
Yeah.
I think the 14, the 15, so at the stadium. Cricket was organized and stuff. And I heard his name, and I heard about him, so I wanted to know who this guy is. Then he played the cool and smooth. Then he had a big stuff. So I was saying to you, like I said earlier, when you have a guy 16 and something and so, he's a special talent.
There's nothing that has been done structurally to change his fortunes.
That's what I'm saying.
His development. I'm telling you, there's nothing that has been put in place to do that. I'll tell you more.
I don't understand.
You're talking about that.
I'm going to put you on the spot, right?
Yes. But I'm going to come out.
What you have about 3 minutes with her? Yes.
Okay.
Meeting start. Okay, we come.
Okay.
Yeah, you just come over.
Okay. Let me just to follow up on what Taddy says. When the cool and smooth exposed our players to a lot of people, Kyle Mears, right? Kyle Mears wasn't at the top of the list when he played for Bolans, and he did so well in the tournament. He got back into CPL.
Right.
When Kyle Mears saw Kyle Mears played for Bolans, that is playing for West Indies now. That's when he got back into the string of things. We draft him in via Orlando Peters. Right. Orlando Peters said this guy is a good player. Orlando Peters draft him into Bolans team. And when he came in, he did well, and then he get back into CPL along with Orlando and stuff like that. The guy Shamar Brooks from Barbados, he played with Bolans, did very well, right? Katai came back from an injury when Katai, Windward Island guy, leg spinner, right arm leg spinner. He also played with us. And when they saw Soldier, they all said the same thing. This youth man here have to play for West Indies. He's special. They're coming out of the first class structure, you know. And they
but without they say they're special. I saw Kim and watch a time, not to cut across, in Barbados, and I told Enoch that I have played West Indies.
All right.
They say how I saw the guy Tom,
Yes.
in the coolest mood. I said he deserved to play West Indies, and he was 14, 15 then. I know how come by.
I just told you there has been nothing, I'm saying this openly, there has been nothing put in place outside of Boland's fighting to get him into some situation. We even tried to get him to travel and stuff. Right? This young man was clocked bowling close to 90 miles an hour at 15 and 16.
Right.
Clocked.
I know, in the school speed goes up sharp ball and man up
Tonito said to me,
ball murder.
he bowled Tonito spell over where Tonito did not touch a ball. Tonito said to me after the game, Wally, where I got this young man from?
Right.
He had the quickest thing we bowled me for a while. Tonito was playing for Liverpool at the time.
But child does he know does he know how talented he is?
Yeah, but I mean, young people, not like me and you are, just look a bit smarter when they are.
Right.
Because we wanted more than everybody else. You understand?
Early on, the guy who need a good mentor, somebody to take care of him.
Exactly, right.
Structure. He come right back to me and say, look, Antigua Barbuda, we are the leader of the Lesser Antilles cricket. Lesser Antilles and the Great Antilles, even Windward Island. Our level here was always better than the rest of the people.
True.
When we played against the combined Leeward Island as an Antigua team, we just blow them aside.
Right.
We have it several times.
Right.
So the whole combined Windward could not beat us.
Right.
The combined Leeward could not beat us. We beat Barbados. You understand? We hold Trinidad with Lara and them up to the neck, then get there by the scruff of them. Right. We got Guyana and recreation wrong and unfair umpiring. Right. I will say it openly. Why we didn't win the game?
Karuba. We got every
Yeah, and
Karuba.
One ball.
Somebody got
carry ball and killing a ball when he put tongue on it. And everything said.
Another game.
Right. I'm saying at the time, our cricket was on par with them players there, just that them a play on the one we were.
Correct.
Now, we may not have the same kind of field to choose from, but we still have some people with talent. It proved, look at Leeward Island team now.
Right.
There's quite a few Antiguans that hold them own.
Right.
Arguably, the most threatening fast bowler in the Caribbean
Azari.
are still Azari.
Right.
So there is something about here that we produce decent enough players.
Right.
What are we doing?
Look, we're going to get time on the game. We're going to get the time again, but you have to do some training, get him physically fit, ready to go.
That's all he need.
Yeah, get him physically fit.
I mean, I hold you accountable for.
Well, you keep calling partner, we can work and tell you. We can work and tell you, man.
Is a guy that he can go far. I know he's not that.
He's got him a body too, so we can work
on a guy that can make it to the highest level.
Yes.
So I'll get to the, you know, get beat in.
No problem at all.
Very to again, but when they told me coming to the shock, I know some adventures.
Cricket usually take over that. It was nice being with you guys again as well. Alright, man. Anytime.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, very to again, man.
And to all the old school, you have to come back again.
You have to come back again.
Yeah.
So tell please watch him. Tell him what.
Say what you heard. Don't if Cleve not coming, you're not coming again.
Say was one of the guys when he came in the Atlantic team. I was already there, old gangster. When Say realized the condition that Leeward Island tournament had to play under, say to me, when we were in St. Kitts, well, you're great.
Right.
Because even them where Leeward Island cricket go, remember he hasn't played in Leeward Island tournament, but he realized the condition. He get out on the St. Kitts.
Right.
When he out, he walk to the back of the stadium, walk out to the east and come to the dressing room. Now we make joke after. He say when you walk, me get a pass the umpire there. That's what transpired in Leeward Island. So that's why we need Leeward Island.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.